The whisper from the void air. Maya Chun's heart skipped as the console flashed its first pattern of pure mathematics across the darkened observation deck of Europa Station. 47 minutes into her shift, she'd grown accustomed to the hiss of cosmic background noise and to finding nothing but static. Tonight was different. On the screen, prime numbers alternated with physics constants in an unmistakable code. Then came coordinates, a star system 300 light-years away, and a repeating distress beacon. "This isn't a drill," Maya whispered into her headset. Across the room, Captain Robert Hayes, director of Deep Space Monitoring, scrambled. At a second console. Within hours, Earth's highest councils had confirmed her discovery. Intelligent alien life that was calling for help. Back on Earth, the United Earth Council convened emergency sessions. Military leaders pressed for defensive preparations. Pacifists urged caution. Humanitarians demanded rescue. Ultimately, the moral imperative won. Someone out there was dying, and humanity would answer. Captain Jack Morrison stood on the horizon's bridge, staring at Earth's blue marble shrinking behind them. As commander of humanity's most advanced long-range vessel, he'd led missions to Saturn's rings and the Kuiper Belt, but this was different. Now the Horizon carried 43 volunteers on a one-way promise. Find the source of the alien plea and save them, or die trying. Among the volunteers, Dr. Maya Chun, xenolinguistics specialist, whose nights listening to pulsars gave her the patience to decode an alien distress call. Chief Engineer Sarah Vega, whose experimental fusion drive could push the Horizon to 0.2C. Dr. David Kim, medical officer, specialized in xenopathology. Lieutenant Arya Sol, tactical lead, skilled in zero-G maneuvers and the psychology of first contact. Remember, Morrison addressed the crew over the PA. "We go not just as explorers, but as ambassadors of humanity." They begged for help. "We must not let them down." Cheers echoed through the corridors as the ship's engines roared to life. Weeks passed in the velvet silence of interstellar space. Days melted into one another as stars drifted by without names. Maya pored over transmissions, each repetition weaker than the last. Embedded warning spoke of the Void Hunters' energy parasites that consumed stars. The Zephyrians, she learned, had fought these creatures for centuries, and were now on the brink of extinction. Sarah worked tirelessly in engineering, recalibrating, the drive to chase the fading beacon. Arya drilled her team in defensive formations, knowing that if Void Hunters sensed their life energy, they would follow. David translated ancient Zephyrian medical protocols. When the signal's urgency spiked battle, cries replacing ordered sequences, the Horizon shifted to full thrust. Ahead lay a dying star, surrounded by obsidian spheres that absorb every photon. Humanity's first rescue mission was about to collide with cosmic horror. Across silent light years, crew gathered daily on the bridge, watching Maya's reconstructed star map. Vega's fusion drive hummed at peak output, each surge of power, leaving behind a ribbon of blue light in the void. Arya led zero-G drills, while David rehearsed emergency triage on simulated Zephyrian anatomy. Personal stories surfaced. Vega recalled her hometown's blackout during a solar storm. She saw parallels in the Zephyrian cities fading to darkness. Sol remembered childhood dailies of human unity in crisis. Now she would test that unity among strangers from another world. Maya, once lonely among colleagues who joked about her alien friends, finally felt purpose. As the Horizon neared the Zephyrian system, the void constructs grew larger, drifting in solemn orbits. Sensors went haywire. Navigation lights flickered. The star a sickly amber flickered like a candle about to die. Brace for system shock. Vega warned as they slipped into the system's outer edge. The crew strapped in as the ship shuddered under the star's gravitational tides. Below, the largest planet, Zephyria Prime, lay in ruins. Megacities once brimming with life now loomed as silent skeletons. Maya pinpointed the distress signal. To a crystalline tower near the North Pole, Arya's landing party donned environmental suits and descended. Windstorms churned purple dust as gravity dipped lower than Earth's. They followed Maya's signal across broken highways and collapsed. Spires, the silence oppressive. Then faint mechanical humming dot at the tower's base. They found Kale, the lone Zephyrian guardian. Tall, lithe, skin shimmering pale blue, he lay trapped in a stasis field. Arya and David worked in tandem. She stabilized the containment with specially rigged emitters. He slowly brought Kale back to consciousness. Eyes opening. Kale saw humanity's crew and hope rekindled. His first words, translated by Maya's neural interface, were a single plea. The void comes. Part 3. Arrival at the edge of darkness inside the tower. Data crystals floated in zero-G chambers. Vega interfaced with Zephyrian arrays, downloading centuries of knowledge, star maps, weapon blueprints, and records of every Void Hunter encounter. The parasites were creatures of perfect order immune to conventional attack. Only chaos could undo them. Morrison convened a strategy session. Armed with Zephyrian tech and human unpredictability, they planned an assault on the nearest Void Hunter hives, massive dark orbs anchoring the system. Arya's team modified drone swarms to emit erratic electromagnetic pulses. Vega configured fusion bursts to create chaotic shockwaves. Kale revealed that every prior alliance had abandoned the Zephyrians in fear. Now, humans stood beside him. Together, they would write a new chapter in galactic history. Forging a human-Zephyrian alliance over weeks of skirmishes, trust solidified. Arya flew alongside Zephyrian pilots, learning their fluid dogfighting tactics. Vega and Kale's engineers fused human fusion cells with Zephyrian energy converters, producing a weapon that deviated from any known pattern, a splinter Zephyrian faction. Mistrustful of humans, staged a coup forcing Morrison to negotiate under fire. Using Maya's linguistic insight, he brokered peace. Shared knowledge would save both species. Their first joint operation targeted a Void Hunter anchor moon. Under dense fields of chaos bomb debris, human Zephyrian teams planted disorder charges along energy conduits. As the parasites' ordered fields collapsed, the moons disintegrated in a burst of light. Turning the tide of galactic history. The final battle coalesced at the system's core. A fleet of allied ships, human cruisers, and Zephyrian corvettes faced a swarm of Void Hunter constructs. Vega's chaotic fusion pulse overloaded the parasite systems. Arya's strike teams pierced the orb's cores. In the melee, David tended Kale's wounds. Maya broadcast the Alliance's success across galactic channels. As the last Void Hunter shattered, the Amber Star flared back to life. Bathing the battlefield in warm light. In the aftermath, Kale activated a beacon inviting other worlds to join this new coalition. Morrison's log entry would read, "They begged for help, and we answered. Together, we changed the galaxy forever." End of story.